So I have no idea why, but I was driving to work this morning and I was thinking about a situation when I was a little kid. I was about 8 years old and my father took me to buy something and I got to go to the store and buy something and I bought a set of magic cards. It was a deck of cards that was going to allow me to do magic. And I thought, oh, this is great. I can be a magician. So I buy this deck of cards. I take off the plastic when I get home. And I'm all excited because I think I'm going to be a magician. And unfortunately, you can imagine, the cards were not magic. It required a lot of effort. Effort that I wasn't ready or willing or prepared to put in. And so those cards, I would play with them for maybe, 5 minutes. There was an instruction book that I had to go through. I never went through it. I was really frustrated. I was really annoyed. I felt like I had been cheated. And as I was thinking this morning, that's the problem with getting a job. When we apply for a job, when we're going through that job search, we think it's just going to be magic. It's just going to make perfect sense. We're just going to open the deck of cards, as it were, and we're going to be able to do magic. We're just going to send out our resume and our cover letter, and we're going to be doing magic. Boom! I'm the best candidate, hire me. Well, that all makes perfect sense on one level, but not on the real level. And I think that's one of the fallacies that we have to overcome if we're going to be successful in a job search. It requires effort. It requires work. You can't just go from being an employee to applying for a new job and think that you're just going to master it like that. It's just not going to happen. But that's what we expect. I've talked to countless people who tell me the same thing. I applied for this job and I didn't get it. I applied for this job and I didn't get it. I applied for this job and I didn't get it. And when I start to talk to them about the situation, it's because they didn't do the work. They didn't research the company. They didn't think about what the job requires and how they can match up to what the job needs are. They didn't go through the process of a search. And a job search, going through a job search, getting a job through a job search is going to be like having a second full-time job. It's going to require hours and hours and hours. Hours to put together the right materials, hours to get ready for the interview, time after the interview to follow up with thank you notes, ideally handwritten thank you notes, and I'll explain that in a later episode. But it takes work. And most of us aren't eager or willing to do that work. We just think, hey, that job sounds perfect for me. Poof, like the magic cards I bought, it's going to work out. And that's where we make our mistake. So if you're one of those people who think that you're just going to magically get the job, let's be real. That's not going to happen. And if you've been through a job search and you're trying to get a job and you haven't had success, I would argue that you're looking for magic. And magic is great. Don't get me wrong. I love to watch a good magician. But I also like to deal with reality. And getting a job requires being realistic. Being realistic about who and what you are, being realistic about what a company is looking for, and being realistic about how you can make that match, how you can make that connection that they need to see in order to hire you. So as you go through the day today and the next couple of days, think about where you're expecting magic to intervene for you to get that job versus reality. And I think when you focus more on reality, you're going to have more success.